everybody, it is Gary Jackson here in beautiful Bali. Now I know I've been putting a lot of shit on the positive dog train extremists, and they should not be confused with the positive dog trainers. I mean, them and us balance trainers, we're all besties, we're all good, but we're all united in these incredibly loopy and loony dog train extremists. And everyone that knows me knows that I'm a bit of a larrikin sometimes, and over the years at the kennels we've had many of them come in just for work experience or to see how we operate and so on. And every time I know that we've got a bit of a loopy coming in, it's like, oh goody, let's have some fun. So here's one of the things that happened several years ago with one of these dog trained extremists that came down to a working dog kennel where we will train numerous dogs in protection, body bite suit work. We'll be fixing animal aggression. We'll be using electric collars, pinch collars. This is a professional dog training facility. And this one particular day we had a loony comes down, because extremist wasn't heard of back then. So we used to call them tree huggers or loonies. So we had this loony come down. And I tell you what, this person can talk the third leg off a camp oven under wet concrete with a mouthful of bloody marbles. And it was just incredible, the stuff that came out of this person's mouth about how to train dogs and the science, and that she was right and everyone else was wrong, and so on. That's fantastic. Well, let's take you out and do some obedience. So I gave her a dog which actually came in for animal aggression. This dog was a Rottweiler cross, and the dog was highly animal aggressive, has attacked other dogs and will probably kill another dog, but is the biggest, friendliest, goofiest dog towards people, loves kids, everything else like that. So I was in for the training to fix that. So I gave her the dog, and she went out into the paddock, and when she's in the fenced area, here she is buggerizing around, doing this focus stuff and this, and she had more gadgets on her than Inspector Gadget. She had everything on her. And then it was like, well, are you going to teach a dog to sit? So anyway, what happened is that she was there trying to get focused and do this and buggerizing around. And I thought, okay, so I said to the other trainer there, I said, hey, let's have a bit of fun. Get that dog out for some training and just stand on the side of the training ground. Now, I knew that when we did this, the dog that this particular loony had is just going to go absolutely ape shit at the other dog and try to drag around. Now, remember, this dog only had a leather collar on it. So there was no pinch collar, no electric collar, no choke chain, no nothing. So while she's in the paddock doing this, this trainer walked the other dog up to the side fence, and all of a sudden this dog just went nuts. He just went crazy with high aggression, started flipping out, and then started dragging this trainer straight towards the other dog. Now, as the dog's dragging her, and you've got to ask the question, how long does it take for a positive dog trainer to start giving corrections? And the answer to that is probably like 0.5 of a second. Next thing, this trainer's yanking the dog back and correcting the dog, and she's hitting it so hard with the corrections, it's like she's trying to start a bloody Victor lawnmower. So then we put the dog behind the fence. They've got to go back out, and she says, oh, I lost control of this dog, it was so bloody strong. So I said, okay, look, what we'll do is that we'll fit it with a pinch collar, and she was against the pinch collar. I said, okay, well, look, I'll give you a police dog lead and have it on the leather collar and then on the pinch collar as well. So just as a backup. So we did that, sent her out in the paddock for her to continue her training while she's saying that, oh, it's, you know, I'm against all this. This is wrong, it's so cruel, and no dog should have that. So anyway, I got the handler to bring out another dog. So the other dog came out, and all of a sudden the dog went ape shit again, started dragging straight towards the other dog, and then she grabbed the other side of the police lead to the pinch collar, and all of a sudden the dog goes, oh, and then just stopped straight in its tracks there, and then she gave it a couple little yanks like that, and the dog stopped. And it still was aggressing, but she was able to stop the dog and hold the dog back. And I went up and had to talk to her after that, and I said, did you see the difference that made? Oh yeah, I still disagree with it, and that dog should be put down. And I said, yeah, but that dog's in to be fixed. So then we took her into the kennels. And as we're in the kennels there, the dog was trying to kill every other dog on each side of him, so we had to have the dog in a kennel away from the other dogs. So while we're going through this, we fitted the dog with a bark collar. and as the bark collar was on, when the dog aggressed other dogs there, he got zapped about 2 or 3 times there, and then all of a sudden he just shut up and he was quite happy walking around and not aggressing. And then we moved dogs beside him, and the dog would just have to sniff him through the cage and goes, oh, this is different, I don't have to try to kill you through the cage. And it took a couple of days, but the dog was fine after a couple of days. But the positive trainer, it only took a couple of seconds for that dog to start, for that trainer to start correcting the hell out of that dog on a collar, and then with a pinch collar. So that gives you an idea on what these loonies are doing when they're trying to ban all this equipment from professional dog trainers. Most professional dog trainers will stay in their lane. You have the greyhound trainers, the hunting dog trainers, the balance trainers, the positive trainers. We're all happy in our own lane, doing our own thing, and we all respect each other's thing there. But the loonies with the welfare extremists, like the RSPCA with extreme views, are trying to tell everybody how to train the dogs. So you'll end up having the military with the RSPCA telling them how they're going to train dogs, and you can't use pinch collars, you can't use electric collars in combat. What an absolute bloody joke. So anyway, that was my little story on a positive dog training extremist. But it's the extremists or the tree-hugging loopies which are trying to promote that every dog can be trained that way. And these are just absolute fake news, lying ideologists, and they should be snubbed and get out of the industry completely, because they're a complete danger to everyone in the dog training industry. Anyway, I'm Gary Jackson. Bye for now.